To start off, I'm just going to ask what year you were born.
I am born in 2002,
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And then, where were you born in Taiwan?
in the central of Taiwan called Taichung City.
Okay, was that like a big city in Taiwan?
Yes, the biggest city in the central Taiwan. Uh,
Okay, interesting. Cool. And then so you were born in Taiwan?
yes, I am born in Taiwan.
Okay. And have you lived in Taiwan like for your entire life, or have you left and then gone back, or?
No, I now never going to abroad. Uh,
Okay.
I always in Taiwan. Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so to get more into it, also if you need to like me to like rephrase anything, just let me know and I can completely do that for you.
Yes. Uh,
So the first question is, what's the earliest memory that you have from your childhood?
First memory, I think. Let me think. Uh, First memory, I think is I go to travel with my family to a place called uh, province. I needed to think the word. Let me Google it. I
Okay.
I just uh, provincial council. Is a council of the Taiwan province. It's
Okay.
it have no really work now. It's just a place to visit. Yes, just
Okay.
go to travel with my family. Yes.
Cool. So, do you have any siblings or do you want to like describe your family to me?
My family. I have one brother, older brother,
Okay.
and two elder sister. And I live with my mom and my dad. And before about uh, 3 years ago, we go back with my grandma to live together. And uh, when I was 4 years old, and I originally lived with my grandma and my dad, my mom, and we moved to the another place, just not live together with my grandma, and we moved back 3 years ago.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Were you and your siblings close growing up?
Uh, Growing up, you mean what I remember when I growing up?
Like when you were younger, was your relationship with your siblings like a good relationship?
Oh, I think my relation with my sibling is not that good when I was young because I am the youngest in my family, and and my family kind of traditional Chinese family, so they will really care about the elder brother, the the just my brother, because he is one the older one in my family in
Okay.
my generation, so they will care he, and I was little bit jealous, and because I was about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, 6 year uh, difference with my brother. So when
Wow.
I was in the kindergarten, he was in the elementary school and going to junior high school. And we have a little bit fight. We, we can call fight. Uh, and it's not good to me to with my sisters. And they think I am my mother and my brother carry me, but I don't think so. And so we have a little bit conflict. So in my young time, uh, I think that is not a really good time. But I now with my brother and my sister, the relation is very good
Okay,
since I was grow up.
good. Okay. So when you were growing up, you said you lived with your parents and your siblings. Did you
Yes.
guys, when you had like dinner, did you guys all sit at the table together, or like what did dinner look like when all of your family was home?
My mom will cook by herself and every day, so we will eat together. And but my mom, after going to work, and he's still cooking, but uh, my father is a traditional Chinese man, so he just uh, planning that the dish is not good, and the dish is repeat again, and my mom will be angry. So. Uh, I think the dinner time is very good, but after they go into work and we grow up, we didn't sit together to eat because my relation with my dad, since when I in the junior high school, is not that good because uh, my dad is a worker and I am the can I say I am the smartest in my family. My grade is the best in my family, so he he might be think I a little bit too proud, and he
Mhm.
might think a little bit uncomfortable because he didn't start read a lot of book. He just I remember he just read until the high school, and he go to work, so he didn't pay a lot of time in the school. So we have a little bit conflict about education. So I don't like to sit on the table with him when we eat dinner. So I will quickly eat and go into up to go back my room. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Um, okay. So, what did your dad do for like his work? What was his job? And like what was your mom's job if she had one?
My dad is a worker about electronic and water. Uh, he can we have to put a line in a building, and the line will uh uh hold a second. We'll connect the electronic and the water, and he is doing the job. He originally is doing the job about the buildings, and but something happened. He lose his office, and he going to work it by his himself, and he's doing the line connect with water and the electronic now. Yeah, and my mother is he's good at cooking, and he original in the market for to sell thing to help other people to sell uh, seafood, and he he come back to home, and our house originally I have mentioned that we move out and move to a place, and my mom opened a shop of washing clothes, and after we moved back to my grandma's house, now he's doing the cooking job in the kindergarten.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Um, what was your relationship? So you talked about your relationship with your dad. How was your relationship with your mom while you were growing up?
I was really like my mom when I was a child, and he think I was too close to her, so I am a little bit hurt. I think now, and when I recall the memory, I think I a little bit hurt, and when I go into junior high school, my grade is not that like not that great, and told me if you did not go to the national or the multiple high school, that means uh, the school the school by government because the fee is much expensive than personal school. And he told me if I didn't go to the government one, uh, I should not go to the high school, and I was really hurt because when that time my grade is not that good, and that's big pressure to me. And the reason she say is that he think the former children, my sister and my brother, didn't go to the school founded by government, and he think I should go because they didn't go, and my family is not rich, so if I didn't go to the school founded by government, I should not go to the high school, and I was really hurt, and I didn't like that, and so I become a little bit don't like my mom, and I was can I say independent, and I become a little bit independent, and I don't because I have an education conflict with my dad, and now I have a conflict with my mother, so I decide to design my education thing by myself, and I didn't talk to them because I think they don't understand what I do, and now I think my relation is kind of weird because they since trying to fix the hurt in my heart, but I don't want to learn to do that because I think it is not a thing can be fixed. Yes.
Okay. You said that I don't know if I understood you completely, but you said that the high school, so you had two options and one was founded by the government.
Yes.
And then the other option was what?
Uh, the one option is if I go into the because we needed to test to
Oh,
high
yeah.
school,
Okay.
and if my grade is enough to go into the school founded by government, I can go to the high school to study. But if I didn't get a grade, I can't go to the study. I
Oh,
need to go work. Yeah.
okay. And so you did end up going to the high school?
Yes, because I my grade has a change after second grade of the junior high school, and that's because the help of my teacher. Yeah.
Okay. Did you like school growing up, or was it something that you kind of just had to do, or did you enjoy it?
I think the most of people in Taiwan will think the junior high school's teacher was very serious and a little bit terrible. But I think my teacher is a little bit terrible and a little bit annoyed at that time. But now I think the time is the key time to to build my personality and the the moral to this society. And I think that is important. So the teacher will be serious is reasonable. And I now is always contact with my junior high school teacher now, and I think the school time is great, but a little bit tired because if you know we need to go into school since 8 a.m. And until 5 p.m. and and more after school course will until about 6 to 7 p.m. Yes.
Wow, that's a long day for a kid. Um, So my next question is going to be, what was like some of your favorite things to do when you were a kid?
I think it is study because I didn't like to sport and I didn't like to be an active one. And so I just study and I was interested in the history. And so I read a lot of story in the Chinese history. And so now I am studying in the history department of university. And yes, I think the biggest interest is study because in my childhood I didn't have television and I didn't have cell phone, so I literally nothing to do but study.
Did you, did most of your friends have like TVs and phones, or was it pretty normal for a kid to like enjoy studying in their free time?
I think television is very noble, so they can go in to see the television after school. And for myself, I can play computer for 4 hour a week in the weekend, and but in a normal day, I didn't allow to touch the computer. And I think cell phone isn't so common in my childhood because I remember when I in the junior high school, the the cell phone just become more and more common in that time. So when I was elementary school, I didn't see a lot of people take cell phone. And for myself, I take first cell phone in the second grade of junior high school. Yeah.
Um, so I know you liked to study a lot and now you're studying history, but when you were a kid, what was like your dream job?
Dream job, I think. Let me see. I I um I still don't think this problem because uh as I say, I didn't have a good grade in the elementary school. So uh I did not dare to think this problem. And for myself, I think become teacher is a, a little bit good for me. And but my writing is a little bit ugly. So I think I am not fit to the job because teacher needed to uh to write thing on the blackboard. And and then I think what can I do? And I cannot think a thing that I can do. So I am thinking about what should I study for the university. And I think that time is history. So I keep learn history in the junior high school and in the high school. And for me, the biggest dream for me is to work in the government, the under government, because uh, I think the government job is the uh, 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 stable. I think it is stable for me. And because I say my family didn't reach, and my mom will keep complaining about the money. And I think uh, I need to make my life with the stable money. So I want to work in the under the government because the government never closed. For Taiwanese, they think Taiwan they they call the job in the government, they call that is the iron ball. Uh, in Taiwanese we say 铁饭碗. It means iron ball because the ball is to eat thing, and the the government job is the ball made of iron. It means they never break. Yeah.
Mhm. Cool. I definitely, when I was a kid, didn't think that big. I don't think I thought about things as well as I should have. I probably would have said I wanted to like work with scary animals or something.
Oh.
I don't know.
But I think the dream was formed about in the last year in the junior high school and the 3 years in the high school.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Um, so my next question is when you were like age 10, if you can remember, um, or like somewhere around that age, like what did a normal day look like for you?
age 10. Age 10 is about 3, 4 grade of my elementary school. Let me see. I think that is the a light day because we needed. I don't need to worry about other things, and I can just run with my friend and play with my friend, and uh, I was active then. Then I like to talk with other people, and people always see me as a good one, and I see them as good one because when I grow up, I think uh, people some people are very terrible, but at that time we didn't think that, and I think biggest event I remember is we was asked to keep the baby of butterfly. We needed to keep them and until it become a butterfly. But but my I was very I was good at that. But 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 the bug I raised was died. So I little bit sad because I let it run on my finger and to another finger for about 10 times, and I think it's too hard for it, and he was tired and too tired, and he died.
Oh no. Um, so you said you mostly like played with friends when you were
Yes,
younger. What,
yes.
like, do you still talk to those friends today or keep in contact with them?
I have a contact with them, but we have not ch chat with other for about 1 to 2 years.
Okay.
Yes.
And when you were younger, what games would you play like with your friends, like around that age? Like what was
Well,
the most common thing to do with your friends?
we will pretend we have a gun and the another people is zombie. Then to chase the people with gun. If we shoot them, they need to go back, and then we will run and shoot, and then we pretend our hand is a gun, and then we pew 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 pew, and the zombie needs to go back, and we always play this game.
Sounds like my little brother's games that he loves playing. It's definitely a boy thing. Okay. Um, so I've like heard not a lot about Taiwan. I really don't know a lot about it, but we've been listening to other people in my class like present on it. And I did hear that in school they mostly spoke in Mandarin.
Yes.
Is that, did you speak, like, what did you speak at school? And then did you speak the same language in, like, at home?
Uh, we usually speak Mandarin in the school because the most class is Mandarin class. I mean the teachers speak Mandarin. We only have one class in the elementary school is talking about Taiwanese, and the class called local language, and you can choose to Taiwanese or Hakkanese or Aboriginal language, and I in my family, my father is Taiwanese, and my grandfather grandfather is Taiwanese, so he was a very strong identity of Taiwanese. So he asked us to talk Taiwanese in the home, in the house, the atmosphere. And so I can speak Taiwanese, and my grandma is didn't know the word of the Mandarin, and he can't read, so we only can talk Taiwanese with my grandma. So yes, I can talk Taiwanese, and we in my childhood we talk Taiwanese in the house, and but now we usually talk about Mandarin with my parent and my mother. But the the communication between my mom and my dad and my grandma, they talk Taiwanese. Yes.
Cool. Um, so I know you said that your relationship with your dad, well, you weren't very close when you were younger, but
My mom, I was close with my mom in my younger, but my dad, I think I don't know if you know a scene because the son and the day had a little bit conflict. I think that is normal, so it's not that great since my childhood, but I don't think that is terrible. But I think my relation now with my mom is a little bit terrible.
okay.
Yes.
So when you were growing up, were there any like values that you think you got from your parents that you still like believe in or like use today?
I think the identify of Taiwanese is really affect me because I think I am a Taiwanese rather than a Chinese because my family didn't like the Chinese government and the Chinese people, and because I am studying in history, so that's very important for me too, because we have a subject called Taiwanese history and even a department, and so I think the identity as a Taiwanese is the value the most important. They talk to us, they talk to me, and I think another thing is to follow the rule because uh, you might think a little bit conflict because the follow the rule is the traditional thing of the Chinese people because they believe the follow the rule will is the base of the society. But for Taiwanese, they are part of Chinese tradition and a part of their South tradition. So follow the rule is very important, and I really respect for my teacher. And I think the if you violate a rule, it's not that good. Yeah, this, I think this is the two value, the importance, most important for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So when you were younger or when you were growing up, what were you guys, was your family religious and like were you religious and what did that look like?
You mean religious is the uh Buddha or the Christ or region? I didn't uh understand.
Yeah,
You
so
mean,
like Christian.
oh, I understand.
Yeah.
Uh, my father and my mother was really believe in the uh Tao Tao Taoism, a religion in Taiwan. They take the uh I don't really know the name. Let me Google it. Incense stick. Do you know? I uh, we take the scene for the God, and we will pray for them, and a little bit Buddhism, and my mom believe in the Buddhism in the Japan, and she was asked us to join that, but I don't really like, and my father is really believe in the Tao, and my grandma is too. She was living in the temple
Mhm.
for about 10 to 20 years, and he just not always live here, there, and he will come back home for a time and go there for a time and then come back about a day or 2 days. Yes,
Okay, cool. So you said, what is your belief?
I am not really believe that uh now,
Okay.
and in my childhood, I was forced to do that because we need to go to the temple when Chinese New Year.
Uh-huh.
And yes, I think go to there is not a big thing, but uh, what should I say? I believe the God, but I don't want to join the system. Yes,
Mhm.
I believe, but I just don't want to join that. Yes. Uh, I can tell you a thing, a tradition in Taiwan when we have a big test. The school teacher will collect your uh, identification of the test and go then put all the identification of all students to the temple for pray they have a good grade. You might think this is a little bit crazy. That will like uh, the high school teacher collect all your identification to the church and pray for the Jesus. They please give them good grade, and they will send back to us. And we will all get one pen called Wen Chang Bi, and Wen Chang is the god of the uh, literature and culture,
Mhm.
and just study God, and and we will get a of pen of the study God.
So every time you take a test, you'd use that same one.
I I I don't want to use the pen, but I believe he has a little bit uh, gas power in the pen.
Okay.
Uh,
Um, okay. So, um, what if you can like think of your childhood like as a whole, what like feelings or words come to mind when you remember your childhood?
I think it is I think it's uh freedom and pressureless, and yes, because we don't need to worry about things. But I really know there has some problem in my family, but I don't need to consider that.
Okay, thank you.
And uh, the the because I chat with the same age people with me, so we are really pure then, and my childhood is pure.
Mhm.
People is pure, but when you grow out, you will see the terrible thing of the people.
Um, hmm.
A little bit different between the Western and the Asia. I think is the Asia people don't like to tell you things. in your when you talk face to face, but they will talk after you. But I think in the West, you are uh, more pretend to talk face to face. But in the Asia society, if people hate you, they will say, "Oh, nice to meet you," and you will and turn back his head and say, "I don't want to meet you."